Hi, welcome to another recipe at thecheatingcook.com. Today we're going to cook sundubu, Korean tofu soup. This is actually a second take at it, so as most things in life, practice makes perfect. So let's go over the core ingredients again. This is the tofu broth seasoning. You can get this at your Asian market. This is 3 servings, so it comes with 3 packets of seasoning. We're making 2 servings, so you see these 2 packets here. We have some enoki mushrooms. We have some dumplings. We have some kimchi and a package of soft tofu. This is just the regular soft tofu, not the extra soft. And of course, some extra meat. So what happens a lot of time at night, or we're hungry and we just want to cook something quick. So most of these ingredients you might have in your refrigerator. The gyoza is basically frozen. Tofu broth seasoning is dry. You might have some extra meat in your fridge, and for the enoki mushrooms, hopefully you have something like this. We have a boiling pot of water, filled a medium pan about 1.5 inches high. First thing we're going to do is create the base. So we have the seasoning here. Remember, when you add the seasoning, make sure the water isn't boiling. Because the seasoning might make the broth boil over. Since this is two servings, sorry, we're gonna add 2 packets. So the key here is, of course, when you add any type of seasoning packet, it still has some process feel to it. So how we're gonna sort of add a little kick to it is we're gonna get some kimchi. This is anything you can buy at the Korean market. I think this is around $6. We're going to add some kimchi to the broth. Key here is we're going to add a little bit more flavor, and what we're going to do is we're going to pour some juice into it. So what you want to do now is bring the water to a boil and start adding the other ingredients. Most of the time when you cook this, you want all your other ingredients to already be cooked, so you don't really have to worry about it. Okay, so first off, let's add the tofu. I'm aiming for more or less a vegetarian focused dish. Centric, let me correct myself. So I'm going to add the tofu. So what I did here is I already cut it up inside the dish. What I found is soft versus extra soft, it's a difference, but for this type of soup, I think soft is just fine. Next thing here, I'm just going to add all the enoki. Enoki will cook and it'll wilt a little bit, but it doesn't have the same amount of shrinkage as it has like button mushrooms, for instance. So while this is cooking, we can do is add our gyoza. The gyoza is frozen, obviously. And what's nice about this is if the gyoza happens to break open, it will add some flavor to the broth itself. I had some extra steak, and didn't feel like eating the steak as is, so we're going to add it to this. So all you're going to do is let this boil for a couple minutes. Just want everything to melt together. The key thing here is you really want the gyoza to be cooked, because that's the only frozen ingredient in here. So that's about it. What you can do to add some kick to this is you can add chili oil. The tofu broth seasoning should come with it. Of course, this adds some obvious kick to it. If it's not salty enough, you can add Korean red pepper flakes, which I will show you. These are red pepper flakes. These are something you can get at the Korean market. Sometimes the Vietnamese and Chinese market have it. They're pepper flakes, but they're really big, but it's not as like intense as the regular pepper flakes that you get in like pizza, for instance. So this is basically it. It's a very simple dish. It's very similar to the first take of this, except there's no vegetables, and the difference this time is using kimchi. So serve this over rice and add as much spice as you deem necessary. After you're done, you can take the kimchi out because the lettuce is gonna lose its flavor because it's been boiling in the pot. That's about it, and thank you for watching.